Welcome to I Heart Azalea's videos on LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. I'm Azalea.
And I'm her dad. We are going to take you through this role-playing game or RPG with a style that usually isn't available with the other videos on YouTube. A lot of what you'll see is for the pay-to-win crowd, i.e. the people who are willing to pay a lot of money to win things in a free game. We haven't paid a cent for this game, and we're making this for people who aren't willing to pay any either, because that's the fun way. It's just too easy when you start getting your wallet out. The challenge is in building something awesome for free. And we're also not RPG nerds who talk in a bunch of jargon that normal people can't understand. We're just a dude and his two daughters, Azalea and Lily. We're going to use normal talk and official game terms, and we'll explain what the official game terms are. We're showing you the starting screen, or home screen, from Lily's account. At the time of this recording, Lily was 1 year old, so she didn't actually do her own battles. This is just an account we made to make videos for YouTube, and it's already a level 50 61 days after being started. Level 50, technically called Piptown Level 50, is the highest level an account can have, and if you do things our way, you can get there in a hurry. We even did this with our third priority account, and without buying any energy recharges, which are something you can do without paying real money, and which help you level up faster, but at the expense of the long-term health of your account. The first thing you're going to build here is the shop, but the most important is the campaign board. The campaigns are the real levels of the game. There are 3 groups of campaigns: Glyph Hunt, Piptown United, and Monolith Waste.
You have to reach Piptown level 10 to unlock Piptown United, and then you have to beat Chapter 1 of Piptown United, but not the hard levels, to unlock Monolith Waste.
In terms of buttons you press, the game is mainly about 2 things: battling and looting. You can't loot without battling, so we'll first take you into the battle part. You're going to take up to 5 of your characters into battle. The game calls these characters minifigures, and yours are called the heroes. In some campaigns or in an event called Brixpedition, you may also have a 6th hero called an ally, who isn't from your collection. Your heroes will be fighting against other minifigures called the foes. There are usually 5 or more of these. The minifigures will take turns using their active abilities to do something like attacking the other team, but minifigures don't all get equal numbers of turns. Who goes next follows this blue circle called Pep. When a minifigure's Pep is full, they go. Usually Pep gets full faster for a minifigure that has more speed, which is a quality usually tied to a character. There are ways to improve speed, such as passive abilities and these green circles called buffs that say speed up 1 and speed up 2, but buffs and passive abilities are more advanced topics that we'll cover in later videos. There are also ways to attack your foe's Pep, such as this red circle Debilitate, but these are also topics for later videos. But let's cover this much about Pep and speed. Look at your first 2 characters, Chicken Suit Guy and Hiker. Chicken Suit Guy's speed of 112 is higher than Hiker's speed of 109, so you'll see Chicken Suit Guy go earlier than Hiker. When your hero gets a chance to go for the first time, there will always be at least 2 choices for the active ability you use. The first one is called the basic ability, and it's always an attack. Minifigures also always have 1 or more special abilities. For example, Spaceman Reed is one of the heroes you get through the tutorial, and he has 2 special abilities, Antenna Gun and Shooty McScooty. Both of these are still attacks, but better attacks than his basic ability, Laser Drill. Hiker only has 1 special ability, Singing the Pain Away, and this heals all your heroes for an amount that is 25 to 50% times Hiker's max health number. It doesn't attack the other team, but it helps your team. Basic abilities like Chicken Suit Guy's What the Peck can be used every turn, but special abilities can't. They have a waiting period called a cooldown period before they can be used again. And then there are the best abilities, ultimate abilities.
Chicken Suit Guy's ultimate is Chicken Tender Eyes.
These ultimate abilities also have a waiting period before they can be used the first time. See how when we start we have to do 3 Chicken Suit Guy turns before we can even use Chicken Tender Eyes? Its cooldown period is actually 6 though. After we use it we have to do 5 Chicken Suit Guy turns before we can use Chicken Tender Eyes a second time.
Do you like getting chicken to Master Wu?
Basic abilities show a cooldown period of 0, and this is a little confusing because they should show 1. They can be used 1 turn after they were last used. Hiker's special ability, Singing the Pain Away, has a cooldown of 3, which you can see in this square with a 3. After you use it, you can use it 3 Hiker turns later. We use it, and now when Hiker goes again, it shows us a 2, because we have to do 2 other abilities first. Then he gets another turn and it says 1, because we have to do 1 other ability first. Now it's been 3 or more turns since we last used it, so we can use it again. I'd mentioned earlier that basic abilities are all attacks. Most special abilities and ultimate abilities belong in 3 categories: attacks, taunts, and heals. We already showed Spaceman Reed's 3 attacks, which are all to one foe, the target foe. Click or tap on a foe to make them the target foe. There are also attacks that hit everyone. Some, like Chicken Suit Guy's Wings of Fury, damage all foes the same amount. Others, like Pirate Princess Argenta's Take No Prisoners, damage all foes, but damage the target foe more. Taunts force the other team to make the taunting minifigure their target minifigure, so whoever's taunting is going to get hit a lot, which you might want to do if you're trying to save someone who's low health from getting defeated. You have to be careful with taunts though, because it's easy for the taunter to get defeated. If more than one minifigure is taunting, which the foes do all the time, then you get your choice of taunting foe to be your target foe. It's generally a bad idea to have more than one figure taunt at a time, because you're skipping attacks to let your foes have a choice in target. Almost all taunting occurs from minifigures who have a special ability to make themselves taunt. There are exceptions, the 2 main ones being Scarlet the Buccaneer, who makes herself taunt with a passive ability, and Crown King Brutus, who can make any minifigure on his team taunt. The first minifigure you get who can taunt is Crook Chuck, who uses his ability Getting Swole to be whole. Crook Chuck is also an example of the 3rd major category of special abilities, heals. Some heals, such as Hiker's Singing the Pain Away, can give health back to every hero. Some, such as Nia's Refreshing Mist, can give health to only one hero, but you can pick who that hero is. And some, such as Crook Chuck's Crowbar Cake for 1, can only give health to the hero who has that ability. For the foes, or for the heroes on auto, the computer likes to use a lot of special abilities just to use them, but you need a better feel for the appropriate situation when you use them. For example, if you have a 35% heal, and your heroes are only 5% damaged, using that heal is just wasting the extra 30% when you might need that during the cooldown period. It's also taking away an attack, especially for Hiker who has high speed and a decent attack. In this clip, we need that Hiker attack to defeat Captain Valiant before he can heal. Similarly, you don't want to taunt with the original 1-star Crook Chuck unless you're desperate, because he's not good enough at taking hits until you star him up. Regarding your attacks, don't use all foe attacks just because multiple foes exist. If there's an all-healer there, such as Hiker or a skeleton healer, it's easier for them to heal the damage from all attacks than from one minifigure attacks. You also might need to save your attacks if you're trying to defeat one foe and you know another will start taunting soon. If you're done with your battle and you lose, it just says defeat, and if this is a campaign, your energy is wasted. This either means all the heroes, including the ally if applicable, were defeated, or there was some restriction about the ally needing to survive and the ally was defeated. If your whole team survived, including any applicable ally, you get a gold trophy. If one hero or ally was defeated at the end of a win, you get a silver trophy. If you won, but 2 or more heroes were defeated, including allies, you get a bronze trophy. If you've ever gotten a gold trophy for the mission, you're eligible to loot the mission, but you should press continue instead of loot or max loot. You don't have to just battle a mission to loot it, so you'll want to find the best missions to loot instead of the most recent ones. So what is looting? Looting is an automatic win. It uses the energy like battling and gives you the same sorts of rewards, except for any first win only rewards shown in yellow circles with a 1 in them. For example, if you loot this Glyph Hunt 1.4 Doppelganger mission, you might get the purple basic fish 1, but you'll never get these Pirate Princess Argenta tiles again. As you get past your first day, you'll find that you do a lot more looting than battling. I'll cover why in a little bit, but looting campaigns takes energy. Looting Glyph Hunt or Piptown United campaigns takes this yellow stuff called campaign energy. If you've unlocked Monolith Waste, this red stuff called mashup energy will appear, and looting Monolith Waste campaigns will take that mashup energy instead. You want to use your energy, not save it for future days, because energy recharges as long as you're under the cap. Note that the cap amount depends on Piptown level, so Lily's cap is likely higher than yours. You'll get 1 more campaign energy every 3 minutes, and 1 more mashup energy every 5 minutes as long as you're under the cap. If there's any event energy, the recharge time is 5 minutes like the mashup energy. So we've covered a little about looting and a little about battling given the set of heroes, but this isn't like Sonic the Hedgehog or something where you get some hero and they just are what they are for the whole game. You can get new heroes, you can make new heroes better, and you can choose among your heroes about who goes into a certain battle. You can also choose to loot all day instead of battling, except in the arena and events such as Brickspedition, which have no looting.
You have to improve characters because if you don't, you won't be able to beat battles. For example, my Commander Cold isn't any good at the time because I didn't invest in him.
This investing isn't about real money. It's about energy in the game, plus coins in the game, XP scrolls, and to a lesser extent, ability elixir. Coins, scrolls, and elixir will pile up as you do battling and looting in the game. Energy is the biggest area where you control which of your heroes are going to improve.
The 4 ways you can improve your heroes are stars, gear, level, and ability elixir. The ways I think are the most important are stars, gear, and ability elixir.
I think stars and gear are the most important, and then level comes next. It takes leveling up a few times to improve a hero's numbers like what starring up can do, but you really need all 3 of these to get anywhere. Ability elixir depends on the hero. I think it's really important for healing abilities. For example, Paramedic Poppy's Painkillers goes all the way from a 10% heal to a 25% heal with a 30% chance to reassemble a defeated hero at 20% health.
To reassemble a defeated hero means to make a random hero from your team who got defeated reappear so they can fight again.
Pirate Cook Bart's Citrus Swig goes from a 30% to a 55% heal, and the screen doesn't show you this part, but upgrading from Tier 2 to Tier 3 decreases the cooldown from 3 to 2. You can get Ability Elixir by looting Monolith Waste levels. You also control stars and gear with your energy. Stars mainly come from Codex tiles, and you can get these Codex tiles by battling or looting hard levels in Glyph Hunt, or Piptown United, or almost any levels in Monolith Waste. Gear mainly comes from pieces you get by battling or looting Glyph Hunt and Piptown United levels. When you decide to loot Codex tile levels, you get to pick among your gold trophy levels, so you pick the ones with the heroes you want to build or you want to star up.
You can also loot for tiles for sets, which are something we'll discuss in the next video.
There are some limits though. You're only allowed to loot a Glyph Hunt or Piptown United hard level 6 times per day, and only allowed to loot a Monolith Waste level 12 times per day. Similarly, you can pick levels to loot for gear based on which ones have the piece of gear you want for a certain hero. There are 6 gear slots that hold items such as this basic Ice Pop 1. Later you'll need to build 1 piece of gear from a lot of pieces that you got by looting. The 6 pieces of gear aren't equally important. You can see what they add by clicking on the gear slot. For example, these basic binoculars 1 add 8 attack and 4 skill. Generally speaking, the gear that adds to max health, defense, and attack are the most important pieces. When you fill all the gear slots, you gear up. Reaching gears 2, 4, and 6 can unlock abilities, but gearing up is always good because it gives you a little increase in your stats and lets you add gear on the next level unless you reach gear 6, which is the top one. I like to focus on stars because you can produce gear and level a lot faster. If you're not looting for codex tiles, you can't catch up in time, whereas you can get gear in a day and level up whenever you want to spend the resources. Another reason to prioritize stars over gear is that gear has a lot of hero level restrictions that can hold you back. The nice part about focusing on gear instead of stars, though, is that gear costs a lot fewer coins. For example, starring up from 5 to 6 stars costs 1,000,000 coins, which is a lot more than all the gear building coin costs a hero can have to go all the way from gear 1 to gear 6. You can level a hero up to your Pip Town level right away if you have the XP scrolls and coins, but you won't have the scrolls and coins. Leveling up is mainly about which heroes you choose to be the high level heroes, and which you choose to leave at low levels such as 1 or 6 because you don't think they'll be useful. We'll cover suggestions about how to invest resources such as energy in a lot more detail in later videos. Right now we'll give you a brief introduction to every major part of the home screen. Some of these won't appear until you reach a certain Pip Town level. We already covered the campaign board. The others with buildings are challenges, the shop, sets, events, the arena, and the guild hall. In the bottom right you should also see heroes and quests. Challenges are something you should battle or loot every day. There's free training, which you don't need to do. There will also be 2 other challenges every day, except for Mondays, which have all the challenges. You're allowed 2 wins per challenge per day, and these pay out useful items such as binoculars gear for Gear Challenge 3. Challenge days aren't about your home clock. They reset at 5 AM Universal Time, which is midnight Eastern Time during the winter, and 1 AM Eastern in the summertime. The shop sells some things for real money, and also items for different types of game currency. For example, the arena section of the shop sells codex tiles as well as less useful stuff, and you get this by exchanging rewards that you get by winning in the arena. The shop also has goodie bags. One of them you can get every 4 hours, and one of them you only get one of them per day. We'll cover a lot more about the shop in the next video. Sets are like the LEGO sets you see in the LEGO store. You can take one into battle along with your heroes. You don't have to take out a hero to use a set. You can also use sets to turn brick separators into rewards. Basically every day I use a brick separator on Eldorado Fortress, which is good at paying out ability elixir or gear that I want. Events have 4 types. One is Brickspedition, which is complicated, and we'll have multiple videos later devoted just to this. There are also some events such as house hunting, which don't have time restrictions, but you can only win them once, and then they go away. Sometimes there are special events for getting heroes, such as Battle Scarred, which gets you a 2-star Scarlet the Buccaneer. These generally run for multiple days. They start and end at 3 PM Universal Time, which is 10 AM Eastern Time in the winter and 11 AM Eastern in the summer. There are also events that go by the day of the week. For example, Bad Tour runs from Sunday to Monday and pays out codex tiles for sets. These also start and end at 3 PM Universal Time, but they have a nice secret reset time of 5 AM Universal Time that allows you to double loot each of these events each week. The second reset time is midnight Eastern during the winter and 1 AM Eastern in summer, just like the challenges. This lets you get 6 set tiles from Bad Tour Sunday night and another 6 Monday morning without taking anything away from the Monday event Gorwal's Great Escape. The arena unlocks at level 18. You play against real people's teams to get a certain ranking by midnight Universal Time, which is 7 PM Eastern in winter and 8 PM Eastern in summer. You get paid out arena rewards and gems based on the group for your ranking, and these rewards are really useful for making heroes better. We're going to have a video later just about the arena, so stay tuned. The guild hall is where you can join a guild and then see things about your guild. A guild is a group of real players. It's mainly useful for borrowing 3 guild allies per day for campaigns, and 5 or more guild allies per day for Brickspedition. When we started, the guild hall unlocked sometime like level 15. I think now it unlocks at level 9. For example, our guild has a level 12 member. Once you're eligible, join a guild. You can ignore the flag and how often people play. Pick one with 40 plus members and then make sure you've got a lot of level 50s. For example, ours has pages of level 50s like my account Rusty Sea Schemer, Azalea's account Wonderful Saucer Officer, and Lily's account Scary Galaxy Warrior. If you joined a guild with a lot of members and you still don't have 3 usable guild allies, quit it and join a new one. If you're really stuck, you can just search for our guild, Modern Precinct Astronauts, because even if it gets full, people quit and then a spot is open again. Heroes lets you see the heroes that you can have or could get. You won't see minifigures such as Skeleton Castle Healer here, because the game doesn't let anyone have these. However, you will see minifigures such as Master Wu, who have never had tiles available during the couple of months we've been playing, but who will have tiles available in the future through events. You can use the hero section to loot through the brick finder, to add gear, to improve abilities with elixir, or to level up, star up, or build heroes. The last important section of the home screen is quests. Here you can find the daily quests, which you should complete every day to get gems and Captain Redbeard tiles. Note that these quest days start and end at 5 AM Universal Time, which is midnight Eastern in winter and 1 AM Eastern in summer. Daily quests also gives you free energy if you claim that energy in certain 2-hour intervals throughout the day. For Universal Time, this is 1 to 3 PM for 40 campaign energy and 40 mashup energy, 5 to 7 PM for 40 campaign energy, 11 PM to 1 AM for 40 mashup energy, and 2 to 3 AM for 40 campaign energy. For Eastern Time, those starting times are 8 AM, noon, 6 PM, and 9 PM during the winter, and 9 AM, 1 PM, 7 PM, and 10 PM during the summer. In July 2020, they also started these timed quests such as Power Hungry, which run for multiple days starting and ending at 3 PM Universal Time like the events. You can also go here to claim daily login rewards such as Hero Codex tiles, plus rewards for finishing achievements. I know that's a lot, but we're just getting started here.
Daddy, you didn't even explain stuff about tags yet.
Yes, that and more are going to be in our later tutorials. We're also going to continue adding to our cataloging of campaigns and other battles. We have a ton of recordings, but it takes time to make these YouTube worthy. There are several ready already though, so check out our LEGO Legacy playlist where we're building something awesome.